Everybody has the AC running. I still like so if I go back and compare it to like that dinosaur adventure game, like I think they did it better for two reasons. Number one, it's like they actually did have the word underneath it. You should have the word. Like like I know it's I know most people know what these flags are, but not everyone does. Right? It's like the UK Jack, so that's English, that's German, that's French. I think, and as I said before, I don't know what this flag is off the top of my head. I'm guessing it's Portuguese, but I'm not sure. So it's like, what language am I getting by clicking that? Oh, did you beat it? Nice. No spoilers now. We're in the pit zone. We're going down the pit. Now I found a glitch, by the way. Owlsgard. So I found a glitch after I signed off last night. Sorry, not last night. 2 weeks ago at this point. So I'm gonna load into the depths. I'm gonna see if it. Okay, it's working. So watch this. Wait, hold on. Oh, it's not. It's not. It's not breaking now. Hold on. Let me try something.
Finn, are you really sure about this?
Go ahead. I haven't found anything here yet.
I don't know. I can hardly hear you down there.
I will continue to advance downwards.
All right.
Alright, so. I don't know how I did it, but like. Okay, maybe I'm going crazy. Like, I should have recorded it. Then again, it's working now. Like, maybe if I went back one and went and tried it. Like, what happened was, is like I paused it and then it just kept moving. Let me try this. Alright, it's just loading.
Now that nasty dingus is climbing up the shaft.
The nasty
I gotta do
dingus.
something.
And you did. Finn had everything to save himself, but no clear idea how.
Finn,
Go ahead.
I...
I will continue.
All right.
Yeah, we gotta use the megaphone. Ah. Maybe it's right here. Oh.
Now that nasty dingus is climbing up the shaft. I've got to do something. When?
Finn, what's wrong?
Pull me higher.
There's a door up here. Okay.
I saw the door. Down a little The mole's key fits here, too.
Just get in there.
Gwen, I'll meet you on the coast!
All right, Finn.
That's the Shippy Dippy the mole spoke of.
Shippy dippy.
Looks pretty solid. It leads back to the dark mine shaft. I missed the sunlight already. Let's go.
Gotta get to the grotto. The grotto.
Yikes! Finn?
Arr, give me your treasures and your rum, damned landlubbers. Yo-ho!
Now that is just ridiculous.
Don't ever do that again.
Down there in that shaft, I had a little run-in with one of these machines, but all went well, luckily. We now have a ship for the crossing. What now?
This beast has driven away all the bugs!
You and your worries. We're out of here.
Whatever.
That certainly doesn't impress this thing at all.
Like, just leave, raccoon guy. Like, nothing's holding you here.
Hello.
Ah, the twins again. And two owls as well? Now it's getting a bit crowded in here.
We could use your help crossing the sea.
Aye, let's set sail soon. Then I'll show you landlubbers the unruly waves of the seas. Just wait until you feel the icy water spray across the deck while I steer the rudder with my fins like a true conqueror of the sea.
Great! When can we start? Because we have a really crazy situation going on right now. I'll tell you what's going on once we...
Wait a minute. Don't be so hasty. We're not on the run. But that's typical of you young hoppers. Everything has to happen instantly nowadays. First of all, I have to clear my head. And having a bit more napping time would be nice too. You won't get me out of my hut before then.
Oh, come on. I gotta go.
Stay safe, kid. These are stormy times.
Let's see. We definitely still need a navigator who guides us across the sea, and we still need to find the map with the destination of our journey. So, consequently, there is still something to do.
Okay. So I need the map. The map is back in the mountains. Because it was in the library that I kind of didn't do here. So basically, I don't want to go in there because I'm going to get yanked. I gotta be quiet, so I think the scarf can muffle the. Yeah, there you go.
Let's see if this thing can hear our footsteps now. That's a big one.
I believe this is Valdis the Drifter. He was said to have traveled the world to gather knowledge from all known continents.
What about the vowels? Hey!
Uh-oh. Shh, Finn, watch out! Our friend there is back.
He's not a friend.
The owls must have had a reason for putting it there.
Save again. Notice they're not giving me saving warnings. Have a fatty.
Boom! Yeah, right in the kisser.
This thing should be quiet for a while. Hey, no sticking out your tongue! Without batting an eye, I grab it and shove it out the door. What do you want me to do? Ride it? I don't think that will do any good. I don't think that will do any good. Fascinating. There's an ancient map of our world on this wall.
Look, there are all the outdated names of the lands, written in the ancient language of the owls. If I'm not mistaken, the Isle of Owlsgard seems to be right there.
Where?
Can't you see it? Up there, far in the north.
This thing? Funny. I thought that was supposed to be a shrimp. Wait! At this point lies the Isle of Misty Towers, as it's called today. And it's right on the edge of the world to boot. The wolves had talked about that briefly when I watched them.
I've never been to the edge of the world myself. Our journey will be dangerous.
I don't think that will do any good. Still fascinating.
We will not find more information here, though.
Yeah, you're right.
You gotta like write it down or something. You have better memories than I do. The only thing left in the library is a map.
Entire dynasties of ants and beetles must have formed beneath them over the years.
Oh, maybe is there a navigator in town? I don't think so. I think this is basically empty now. The wolves scared everybody away. Guess I should try to talk to the guy.
Rise and shine! Phew, I can't get him to move 1 inch. The soap is too dry.
Okay, how do I make the soap wet? I gotcha. I gotta slip them onto the boat. I don't know how I came up with that just now. Let's go to the exit. There's water out here.
It's all slippery now.
Okay, now we can go in. Alright, here we go. Ready?
Rise and shine! Phew, I can't get him to move 1 inch.
Okay, so we still can't. Maybe use this shovel?
That won't move him 1 inch.
How do you know? You haven't tried.
We should be able to solve this without biting anything off.
What? I didn't want to bite anything off. Just wanted a little nibble. That's all.
That won't move him 1 inch. That won't move him 1 inch. Besides ashes, I won't find anything in there. I can see the entire coast from here. Rise and shine! Phew, I can't get him to move 1 inch. Rise and shine! Phew, I can't get him to move 1 inch.
So move, push, pull, all doesn't work.
That won't move him 1 inch.
Well, how about 2 inches, huh? Huh? You ever think about 2 inches? Maybe I can talk to him?
Hello.
And
Tell me your story.
sure.
Another time. Tell me your
Sure.
great.
About we were what? We this there was until this
What?
quack though to
Nice. I gotta go.
stay.
Somehow, some way. Get away from the forest.
Oh no, they look a lot like the ones in the mole mines. What's going on here? This brave guy has already held countless clotheslines.
I need something to move the dang walrus.
Something tells me these guys didn't end up here by choice. The cold, impassable rocks surround the entire wolf territory. Typical wolf architecture. Even though I used to sneak around here a lot as a kid, I never dared go near the houses. Hope the wolves only hang pretty bouquets there. The leader of the wolves must have gotten out of it. My pots at home are enough for me. There's nothing left to do up there. I can't just rip out the poor flower. Judging from its size, this thing doesn't pass for a collectible anymore. Poor you. It must be very lonely in here, huh? You're right. That's what I thought.
Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do with the freaking walrus guy.
Now there's no reason to return to those dangerous mines.
Okay, so that place is ended. So I have the megaphone from him. Just gotta get the frickin' dude out of there somehow. I know what I have to do, I just don't know how to do it. spade with a pile of dirt. Yeah, I would never have figured that out. Jerk.
Whoa! That could have gone wrong.
No, I mean that basically did go wrong. What did I do? Why did I do that? Alright, we're gonna push him now. Oh, that ruined his house.
Rise and shine!
Wow. Wow. Gotta push him on the ship.
I don't want to push that old fatso around again.
Well, you're fine pushing him the first time.
Greetings, my friend.
Help! What happened? This fresh air. I think my head is slowly getting a bit clearer.
We need your expertise for crossing the sea, Bolek.
Let me sort out my befuddled thoughts a bit, and then I think I'm ready.
I'll tell you the reason for our journey when we're ready.
Great! We have a navigator.
Well, he wasn't a jerk until you said he was a jerk.
Let's see. We have a navigator. We found the map with the destination of our journey. We can set sail!
Off to the Isle of Misty Towers.
So, did I understand that correctly? The island of the Misty Towers was once called Owlsgard.
If we trust the old map in the library, then yes. And this island is dangerously close to the edge of the world.
I've never been to the edge of the world. I only know from books that there's a massive wall of fog bordering our world, like a surrounding ring.
A couple of times I came quite close to the edge. But this trip will also be a new experience for me. From now on, we have to sail north. Sailing around the dangerous rock formations will surely be a change for me.
Oh, we had to fly the ship, huh? Yeah, it's not fly through the rock space. Oh, well, that's... What happens if I hit... Yeah, that's what happens if I hit rock. Oh, what the heck? No, before I hit it a third time and drown. Oh my god. Cinch. Easy peasy. That was kind of
Interesting. Most interesting.
What is it?
There are some things about the Isle of Misty Towers in this book.
Huh?
Where'd you get the book?
Where'd you get that book all of a sudden?
Yeah.
I got it in town while you were busy down in that shaft. Listen up.
Wait, how?
Many centuries ago, An enormous city is said to have stood in the center of the island, built by a very influential tribe of owls. Today, however, only a few ruins still bear witness to it. The most famous are the 3 mist towers, which were built by the owls for an unknown purpose.
Sounds mysterious. What do you think the wolves are looking for there?
It is rumored that the owl tribe hid something of great importance there.
Well, I hate to interrupt you, but look what's ahead of us.
A vast wall of fog. This must be the edge of the world. Then we're almost there!
We only have a few more miles north to go, but hold on tight. The strangest natural phenomena are reported to happen near the edge of the world.
Yeah.
Not into the fog!
Oh. Without mercy, this fox swallows all of its clueless victims. That's cute. I thought you wanted me to go into the fog.
Beware of those rocks floating in the current.
Oh boy, now this is just ridiculous.
There's more ahead!
Guess you hit the wall as much as you want.
Oh, come on, give me a break.
Well, we'll break. We'll break, alright. Get in there.
Phew! Luckily, there are these unpredictable currents beneath the surface. We almost sank to the ocean floor after that smash against the rock.
Okay, guys. I'm not a good navigator, okay? Like, I'm not a sea dog. Dog. Go, go, go. No, no! Come on, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Yeah, they're like, do you want to skip this? Because you suck at it. Go, 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 go. Alright, so we get to the midway point. Go, go. There we go. 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 Hey, that no skip button. First try.
Here we are. The island of the Misty Towers, and what may be left of Owlsgard.
Explore the coast first. I'll stay here in the meantime.
Of course you will. Why would you leave me?
Bullock the ferryman. Bullock, tell me...
So, you landlubbers, explore the island. After all, I don't want to wait here all day.
They're glorifying owls. Yeah, I know, right? Who'd want to do that?
It must have been built 1,000 years ago by the owls. Gwen, just think about how old these things are.
They must have looked much more impressive back then. The water and salty breeze have certainly taken their toll over time.
There are outlines of countries and islands carved into it. Some kind of world map.
Alright, we can take that, I guess?
It's stuck under the stone wing of the statue.
Huh. Pull it?
It's stuck on... Nothing's happening. This will not remove the stone disc. This will not remove the stone disc. I prefer to pick up smaller rocks.
Yeah, look at the rocks.
Here begins an insurmountable cliff. It must have seen a few centuries.
Oh, is my sound not right? Hold on a second. Let's see. That would be correct. Thank you. There we go. No, it's not my mic plug. It was the mic was pointing at the VR headset versus the one on my face.
We should head inland first.
Inland. Ah. Whoa. Well. That wasn't a good idea.
Greetings!
Behold, the leader's lickspittle himself. At what corner did he scrape you off his boots?
Nice of you to visit us on this pretty coast. If you'd like, we'd also offer a nice, relaxing massage.
Oh wow, he's a masseuse.
Oh, how nice of you. Wait a minute. How about I...
Wake up! Come on!
Hey now, no kicky face.
Surely you don't want to miss the moment when our leader welcomes you, right?
We're leaving right now, okay? You didn't see us at all.
Forget it.
That's what I said.
He should
Forget
be
it.
arriving here any moment. I'll go sharpen the knives.
It's gonna take a miracle to get us out of here, Finn.
It's the 8-bit walk cycle. Like, that walk cycle is so iconic amongst point-and-click adventure games. The whole, like, just...
Don't worry. Let me help you out of here.
What?
My father and his men have almost found what they're looking for. But they will make a catastrophic mistake. Listen to me. I need you both. And especially you, Gwen. I meant you no harm from the beginning. And the reason I caught you was...
We've got company, I hear.
Charlena! Why is there only a stunted flame on our fire?
I was just about to go get some more wood.
Did you talk to the prisoners?
I'm so sorry.
It's all right. You truly are like your grandfather.
He talks to the prisoners all the time.
I simply don't want you to make the same mistake. If you allow yourself to be blinded by their words, you'll end up just like him. And now, take care of the fire. Pronto!
Yes, Father.
And as for you, my friends...
We're not friends.
You think I don't see what you're up to? But you should have come a little earlier. We have already found what we're looking for.
Oh, please spare me your monologue. Just eat us already. I hope you choke.
Actually, I didn't plan to celebrate this brutish old tradition of ours here.
Then where?
But since you ask for it, it will be my pleasure. You two, crush their skulls. As soon as they stop moving, a small fire might do it.
No!
Oh.
Now I've had enough. Take her away! And make sure she doesn't cause any more mischief until we return.
No! Let go of me!
It's for her own good.
My leader! Your men have managed to occupy the surrounding towers. They're now waiting for your signal to activate them!
That's excellent. Take the prisoners with you. Maybe there will be some unpleasant traps there that we'll need to test out. Forward!
See, I should have went that way instead of that way.
Here we go again. It took what felt like an eternity to find this old site. We should be ready any second.
I'm so happy, my leader. Still, I'm a little skeptical. These statues send a shiver down my spine.
These, I must confess that I agree. The old documents mention them too. If I'm not mistaken, these creatures depicted here are the reason our world even exists in the first place. But we don't really need to worry about that. We go through the portal, take the scepter of the
Who cares
Owl,
about smelly old
and then
humans?
return.
A scepter? You're looking for a scepter?
Quiet!
I have a scepter.
Aha! It looks like my men have just activated the surrounding towers.
Okay, that stock sound effect is
It's incredible! Exactly as it was written in the old documents. The power of the scepter is as good as ours.
I beg you, wait! Remember why we took the prisoners?
You're right. The traps. However, it would be a waste to sacrifice our food for such a purpose.
well, thanks for sacrificing your lackey instead.
So, no traps. Leave the prisoners here. We still need them as the main course for our victory celebration. Everybody follow me, and do not dawdle. We don't know how long these decrepit towers will sustain their energy.
Like that walk animation, that walk cycle. Like that is like every point and click adventure walk cycle ever. And they definitely knew what they were doing with that. Oh. We're gonna make it?
I guess that's it, Gwen. We screwed up. If only we could get out of here and look for help.
Why don't we just do that?
Wait a minute.
Yeah, why didn't you tie up my feet?
Ha! These guys totally forgot about our legs. I was so scared I didn't even notice. Gwen, would you kindly... Perfect.
They're gone through the portal.
The scepter. That must be what they're after.
Well, yeah, that's what they said.
Apparently, the wolves activated these old towers to open the portal here. We should do the same and follow them.
Let's do it. And that one wolf, Jarlina. She seemed to know more than the rest of the wolves. We should look for her.
The sight of it makes my hooves curl up. Didn't the owls know how to build proper statues? Or did the creatures depicted here really look like that? Every hair on my fur is standing up. Whatever that... The deer certainly didn't lay down there by choice.
Aw. You got hunted.
Could there still be completely unexplored corners of our world? Whatever lies beyond, we'll have no choice but to go in, or my parents and all the other animals will be lost. I hope my parents are still okay.
Yeah, oh yeah, I forgot about the parents. Yes, that was the motivation the whole time, is to find his missing parents, which I'd completely forgotten about. So we gotta get to these three. So we should probably start with the closest tower. Oh.
He's looking nervously at the river. That must have been there for ages. You can't even tell what was once written on it. Watch out. Current. There they lie, all peaceful and harmless. Ah, I envy the stone life.
Yep. And I'm dead. Now is not the time to go swimming. I kind of figured I was going to die going there. I just wanted to see it. I gotta pick up the stone again. The squirrel. No, the squirrel just sat there and watched me die. Oh. Can't go that way either. The bridge makes it really easy for the creature to get some more snacks. So if I pick up the stone and then, like, make a beeline for it, can I pick up more than one?
One's enough for me for now.
Can't move while he's doing that, okay.
Did you see that creature in the river too?
Yes.
Oh, he
What
talks.
a hideous beast. It seems to be on the hunt for anything that looks even remotely like an animal. Please, watch out.
You look pretty tense.
Believe me, you would be too if you were in my situation. Ever since those monsters showed up here, our squirrel tribe has been in an uproar. And today, I have been chosen to monitor the river to warn the others if necessary. You never know when those creatures might approach our tree.
What's the situation here?
Can't you see I don't want to talk about it?
I believe you. Actually, I feel the same way.
Can I tell you a funny squirrel joke to lighten the mood?
Oh no, please don't! The punchline will be all about your nuts!
What the? How do you know that?
These nuts.
Have you seen the wolves?
A few hours ago, I saw several boats docked on the coast. I'm going to assume that those figures in them were the wolves you're talking about.
Yeah, that's about right.
Strange guys. They scoured the entire area and broke into the ancient site of the owls. No one has been in there for centuries. After that, they set up a tent camp at the other end of the island. A certain female wolf caught my eye. She wore a green robe and was constantly being pushed around
Hey,
by
Tony.
the others. Also, they did something with those towers. But I have no idea what exactly. It must have had a connection to the old site.
Can you tell us about the area?
Oh, you're asking the right guy. I know every good place to hide nuts within many kilometers.
Thank you, but I'm afraid that's not what we're looking for.
Why not? Winter is coming.
Do you know anything more specific about the old site?
Oh, you're interested in those boring old things. Well, let me think. All I know is that the site must have once belonged to a city of owls. But now, little remains. You see those rocks there? Those must be the last remnants of the city. Something of great importance is said to be hidden deep beneath the site. But don't ask me what exactly.
Hey, that sounds good. What do you know about the towers?
Honestly, I'm a bit confused by the towers. They've been there for many centuries, looking all worn down. And they're not particularly easy to climb either. That aside, you can't even use them to store nuts. The gaps between the bricks are simply too narrow. I'm sure those towers once served a purpose. But these days, they're only giving this island a pretty unpleasant vibe, I guess.
What can you tell us about the Wall of Fog?
Without that stupid old wall of fog, you would certainly have a great view here. Admittedly, I do find it a bit creepy. It is said that no one has ever reached the other side of it, as if some unknown law of nature prevents anyone who dares from doing so. I once threw a nut in there to test whether the fog was a suitable storing place. However, I could not even hear the sound of the nut hitting the ground. It just seemed to disappear.
Good thing I didn't plan to go camping there anytime soon.
Different subject. We're from Velahill.
Ah, Vela Hill. A beautiful spot. I have never been there myself. What's the situation like over there?
Not one bit different from here, unfortunately.
Not even your king could do anything? Oh my, it's all very exasperating.
We have to go.
Don't let those things get you.
They decorate the rather barren landscape a little. I wonder if there were similar trees there when the owls still lived in the area.
I have not seen the nut job. I haven't seen over the hedge either.
Once led to when the building here was still intact. Maybe it was the entrance to a castle which had access to flowing water.
Okay, it doesn't look like we can do much here.
One could almost assume that boats were once tied to this peg-like piece. There must be something mysterious behind it. Let it be sharing.
It's dancing?
Oh man, what a nonsense. I feel like I'm at a carnival.
Hopefully you're able to turn that annoying thing off again.
I could stretch the rope across this path. Only what do I attach the other end of the rope to? Dung! The statue is far too wide and bulky to tie the rope around it. I need something more narrow. The lever does not need an item to be used.
Why'd the ship move? Oh crap!
And we still don't get past.
He won't see us in this corner.
So I somehow...
Dung! The statue is... I need something more narrow. The lever's stuck. Guess it's not in such good shape after all. The lever does not... Where'd that giant two-legged machine go? A thing that size can't just disappear on an island this small. Did it just vanish into thin air?
If it didn't sound so absolutely stupid, it could totally be the case here. What's going on here?
There's a tundra and there's a settlement.
A deep, thorny bush. Are those thorns moving?
Finn, don't get too close to those. I know these kinds of thorns. The pricks they give you are extremely toxic.
Man, this place is just full of nonsense, isn't it?
Hello up there, Mrs. Wood.
Oh yeah, it was pretty good. Thanks.
Greetings, young travelers. Are you looking for someone by any chance?
How do you know that?
Just a guess. Roughly half an hour ago, there were some terrible things going on here. A green-robed wolf with white fur was badly mauled by a group of other wolves, and then left in the midst of these thorns.
Charlena? She's in there?
We have to get her out of there.
I flew into the thicket of thorns shortly after to talk to her, but she seemed unresponsive.
Oh dear, that doesn't sound good.
Thanks for the info anyway, Miss
Hey,
Woodpecker.
drunk.
One does what one can.
What's the situation here?
Since I am old and my beak is too crooked for some good old-fashioned pecking, I often sit here, count the snowflakes, and philosophize about the woodpecker life. Every now and then, I fly over to the village and drop in on my friend Zashenka. But for now, I'd rather stay here. I don't need to tell you that strange things are happening right now. Do I?
Yes, that's true. These machine things. It's like something out of a nightmare.
However, in this area, I guess it's still safe. Oh, and by the way, you are always welcome in my little house if things become too dangerous out there.
Oh, thank you. That's nice.
How would I fit in there, though?
Can you tell us about the area?
The area? What can I help you with?
Do you know anything about the giant wall of fog?
I have always stayed away from that wall of fog. I don't know anything specific about it, but the unnatural density of it alone always seemed eerie to I've heard that after a few seconds of flying into it, you can't even see your own wings in front of your face anymore. It's like you enter a strange, dangerous world the deeper you venture into it.
Do you know anything about the three towers?
Most find them quite impressive, but I myself have always found them more spooky. You can literally sense the air of dark, long-gone centuries in their vicinity. An air filled with the ancient scent of unrevealed secrets and mysterious events, which no one can identify anymore. In my younger and...
My goodness. You have a lot to say about the towers, for not caring about them all that much.
I once flew near the top of one of these towers to prove myself in a test of courage. I saw an opening leading inside on its wall, very far at the top. However, the strong wind kept me from flying in. I probably wouldn't have gotten far anyway. A large ornate gate was located further back inside the opening. Apart from that, all of my feathers stood on end. The wind was howling fearsomely, as if the tower tried to scare me away. Keep me from looking deeper inside it.
Do you know anything about the ancient site of the owls?
The site? Oh, I lack deeper historical...
But you're gonna go on for 10 minutes about it, right?
However...
Yep.
The giant owl statue above it has always impressed me. By the way, I met my lovely husband on its head back in the day. It was such a beautiful evening. It was just us two woodpeckers, looking out over the seared sunset, dreaming about the tastiest worms. What I wouldn't give to be able to sit up there with him one more time.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Man, you had a lot to say about the thing you had no knowledge of.
Let's talk about something else.
Oh, sure.
Aw, sorry about their brother, man. Hopefully he's doing okay.
The woodworms seem to be doing pretty well over there.
Oh, those little rascals are much quicker and nimble these days. And, sadly, I'm not the youngest anymore.
We'll be on our way.
May you always find a nice fat worm in every tree.
I've always wondered what it's like to live in a birdhouse like that. Where's the living room and the bathroom? Are there comfortable hangout areas? And who's going to clean up all the leftover worms from the couch?
You don't need all that.
The tree stump is full of hungrily gnawing woodworms.
Oh.
Deep, thorny bush. Are those thorns moving?
Finn, don't get too close to... I know that the pricks...
I'll never get the thorns out with my bare hoof.
No death, huh? Disappointing.
It somewhat of a woodworm commune by now. I can't pull that one out. It's already being used by all the woodworms that are wreaking havoc in it. Hello, could I speak to the Worm King by any chance? Oh great, they're not even interested in me.
Aw, how are you gonna do now? So I need some way to pick up the woodworms, because I don't have that currently.
What do you want?
We're passing through and need help.
Come inside.
Finn, this guy is giving me some serious "I'll kill you and keep your skull as a teacup" vibes. I don't know if we can trust him.
Well, that'd be interesting.
Come here. So, you need help. The customs of this place are foreign to you, aren't they?
Well, we,
Uh-oh.
Why should we help you? You who cowardly dare to enter our village. Actually, we should rob you and then throw you into the sea.
what?
We won't bother you any longer.
Be quiet. You will not earn our help until you master an ancient trial.
Trial?
If you fail, deserved death awaits you.
Oh no, please, have mercy.
Are you ready? Here I have 2 dolls made of straw. One on the left, and one on the right.
Wait, from my direction or yours?
From yours. It is not difficult to see that they are scaled-down replicas of a brave and ancient warrior of our tribe. But only one of the dolls was made by a true master of his craft. Which one is it?
I think the one on... I think the one on his... on my left looks more... Yeah, because like the horns are a lot more aligned, I think.
It's the left.
Finn, are you sure? Better take a closer look.
I don't know what taking a closer look gets me.
They're both butt ugly.
Got you! I just wanted to see which of the 2 dolls you thought was prettier. But wait, you do not like them? Both are made by me, you know. I am an artist.
What the?
Reiner, you can leave again. But be careful with the door. Darn it. Feel right at home, you two. Feel free to take anything that can help you.
You know, it's like you insult an artist's work and then they friend you. That's how it works.
fancy iron boots! The armor seems to have been made for a wild boar.
This is the armor of Gulliver Grunt, a notorious enemy of my great-grandfather. After Gulliver was defeated in combat, our family received the armor as a trophy. Please don't touch it. It is my lucky charm.
Oh, we're gonna touch it.
Even if me and Gwen could reach it with a leg up, the armor is firmly attached to the pedestal.
Please don't touch it. It is my lucky charm.
A useful reading aid on dark nights.
Is there a needle in the haystack?
Maybe not hygienic, but very cozy. No doubt that this straw is wonderfully comfortable, but I don't have time to cuddle in it right now. What a guy!
Are you here because of these horrible machines?
Yeah, something like that. With whom do I have the honor?
Sven Slaughterson is my name. My hoof-made
Slaughterson.
straw dolls are known all over the area.
Could I borrow a straw doll?
But of course, don't be shy.
Thank you! Is there another one of those straw dolls?
Don't you already have one?
True.
But I'm flattered that you seem to like them so much.
Definitely! So, you're an artist?
You recognized my talent right away, didn't you?
No, I called him butt ugly. Didn't you hear me?
You don't look like that at all.
My father was a fearless warrior and wanted me to follow in his footsteps. But swinging an axe strains your arms, ruins your hairstyle, and makes all your clothes dirty. Just think of the endless hours spent at the washboard, trying to get your enemy's blood out again. So I dedicated my life to something else. The fine arts.
Incredible!
I dig that. A true rebel.
Tell me about your great art projects.
Years ago, I had a really innovative project in development. However, I had to end my work on it prematurely. I wanted to create a completely new form of entertainment, an interactive play.
Wow, that sounds exciting.
You were supposed to be able to shout out commands to the main actor during the performance, whereupon he would carry them out. This way, you as the viewer would be able to move the story forward and have every conceivable action performed.
Ingenious! But why did nothing come of it?
The planning phase alone was a nightmare. How do you tell a coherent story when the viewer is able to make the main character do completely inappropriate things at every opportunity? Every possible action led to a change in the course of the story, which had to be planned. And what if the hero of the performance was supposed to talk to another character? All the possible dialogue had to be planned out as well. At times, it was also necessary for the main
fourth
character
wall.
to pick up items and use them. And there are more and more items. I had to get a tailor to help me make the pockets of the hero's costume bigger. I also had to paint the backgrounds as well as decor for each new scene you could visit. I first planned to only have 40 locations, but in the end, it turned to 80.
Rad!
I also wanted to write the music myself. No one else was supposed to interfere with my vision. Before I knew it, I was completely burned out, lying huddled on the floor of my workshop like a whimpering sack. During the first test performances,
Personal
viewers were
experience here.
frustrated by the moments when they didn't know what to do. So they started trying everything and let the main character run from one place to another until the performer collapsed from exhaustion. But if I had constantly given clues to solve the puzzles, the performance would have been over much too quickly. I think Our time is not yet right for something like that.
Hey, I think this medium certainly has its appeal. For a rather special type of animal, at least.
Maybe you're right.
What are we talking about here? Anyway.
Can you help us on our journey? An imposing guy like you would certainly be helpful in all kinds of dangers.
Dangers? Oh, you want me to fight?
Well, not necessarily, but...
I'm sorry, but I can't. Also, the freezing cold air out there hurts my sensitive little nostrils. And above all, what if I get dirty?
Oh my.
And what about Reiner, who was in here earlier?
He prefers to hole up in his hat. Believe me, he's no help to you either.
Aw, come on.
I kinda already expected that.
I knew these artists were soft.
To move on to another topic. Can you tell me something about the area?
You are literally at the end of the world here. Apart from that, this island has always been a keeper of many secrets since the beginning of time. The land has been home to the 3 towers, the old owl site, and the huge wall of fog.
What do you know about the towers?
They have been standing here since the beginning of time, some say. Almost every generation of our ancestors agreed that these towers must hold some kind of secret. It was also believed that, at some point in the distant past, these towers may have acted as lighthouses. We never figured out how to get them to work, though. At least, not until I saw the wolves activate them.
I mean, three lighthouses on one island is a bit redundant.
What do you know about the site?
Just like the towers, it is said to have been here since the beginning of time. We suspected that some owls used to live there and hid something beneath it. However, the entrance to the site seemed to be mysteriously locked. No one ever managed to get in there, except for the wolves recently.
What do you know about the Wall of Fog?
Unfortunately, just what every other animal here knows. It encircles our entire world and marks its end. There have been numerous attempts in the past to move through the fog. However, they all failed because the conditions within the fog became increasingly hostile the deeper one ventured in. Since then, it has been claimed that every law of nature known to us ceases to exist within the fog, as if from a certain point on, everything starts to dissolve into a vast nothingness.
To move on to another topic. Did you notice the wolves?
Oh, yes, I did. Some of them had raided our village a few hours ago. Apart from that, they have entered the ancient site of the owls, an act that had been considered impossible for ages. I heard that they were only able to do so because they carried some old documents with them.
That's right, and I have a feeling they're going to do even worse. Were the machines already here?
Awful, just awful. No one knew where they came from or what they want. Large parts of the island have already been depopulated by these monsters. In this village we might still be safe, but that will probably change soon.
That's freaking creepy.
To get back to you and your talent. To move on to another topic. See you later! No. I can't put...
Wow, that persnickety, huh?
Welcome to Frostville. You suffered severe bleeding and fatal injuries in the wilderness? Visit Stenik the Healer at the bottom of the stone stairs today. Let's get inside before the wind slams the door again.
Oh, well that sucks.
Hey, how's it going? Oh, I see. That's a great costume. You made it yourself? Have you been waiting here long? Do you know anything about the area? Interesting. We gotta go again. A heavy solid oak shelf. On it, I see 2 smart books on medicine, a cookbook, 50 Shades of Hay, a skull, which, to be honest, makes me a bit uncomfortable, and a dusty jar I neither need nor want to touch. No way, I'll never move it. What should I do with the shelf? Hey Gwen, would you...
Man, that's too heavy even for me. I've been letting my 7-day-a-week workout slide a bit lately. I guess 6 days is simply not enough for killer owl biceps.
I guess we'll have to come up with something else. Ugh, I don't even want to know what it's been used for. Some note about a herbal mixture. The skull of a cat. Ugh. Undecipherable scribblings. Those machines had no mercy with this poor fellow.
Oh, how do you know it was the machines?
There's some disgusting stuff floating in it. Ew, no thanks. The skull on the bottle speaks volumes. I can barely make it out from here. Must be lollipops or something. The healer needs it himself. Studies of rib bones and a spinal column. Probably just sketches for a comic book the healer's working on in his free time. I can't do much with anatomy studies right now. Hey Gwen.
Man, I've been letting my... I guess
we'll have to come up with some... I can see the sunset especially well from up here.
Whoa, whoa.
The healer is very busy right now. I am his assistant.
Well, we...
Do you have an appointment?
Can you tell us about the area?
Do I look like a tour guide?
No, but we can use all the help we can get.
Then I'm sorry. You can only visit the healer if you have an appointment.
But all hell broke loose here.
Nice, Strange Love.
In these dire times, if you have a stupid appointment.
You two understood me, right? No appointment, no healer.
By Saint Hippo, I don't believe it.
Typical spiders.
Get out of the way.
Not with that tone of voice, Roebuck.
Don't you have anything better to do than block the way? Why don't you actually help the healer and take care of the patients in the other room?
No, I prefer to stay in this corner. The wind on the front side of the house blows much too hard. It would blow me away.
We're off again. Oh man, that's probably the very last thing I'd mount on my wall if I was a healer. They're just cheap imitations made of wood. As if this windy and dangerous place here wasn't giving off enough unpleasant vibes already. Let's hope he's only cutting his sandwiches with these. It's already doing its job here. Jeez, that's some wind! It has to be possible to solve this without stoning somebody. I can't get past the spider with this. The rolling pin changes nothing here. There's no answer. Greetings, my slimy friend.
Please, call me Shasinka. Shasinka Svetlana Van Slime. You must be really brave to wander around here during these dangerous times.
What kind of store is this?
I sell the highest quality snail slime. Oh, and don't forget the mud. Or at least I did until recently.
Slime and mud? Seriously?
I rarely joke about my products. Admittedly, the mud sells quite sluggishly. But there were times when it was a hot seller with the wild boars in the bristle forest. You are welcome to have a sample of my slippery dippery slime.
What's so special about these products?
I see you don't know the secret of the slippery dippery slug craft.
Something tells me I don't even want to know.
We snails know how to make our products extra sticky.
Well.
Yeah, but unfortunately my snail
Good night, everybody.
production is no longer possible since those wolves appeared here.
Oh, they were here too?
By the grease and mud! Don't you see this mess?
Indeed. What happened here?
Oh, to produce my extra sticky slime, the secret ingredient is a special, clear water. I used to store it in bottles inside this cabinet to the left, but then those wolves came, trashed the place, drank all the bottles, and disappeared again.
So that's why there was so much yellow snow on the way here.
There's no
Boo.
more of this special water in the area?
The water was imported near Velahel, but as you know, the machines are wreaking havoc everywhere now, and thus, no one is able to supply the water anymore.
What can you tell me about the area?
Despite the unpleasant temperatures, this has always been a lively and busy place. However, since those machines have been making everything unsafe, things have changed for the worse. Oh, and furthermore, this land is home to many legends, of which, unfortunately, I do not know much. Sorry. I only know that the owls are said to have left many mysterious things here, structures, and no one seems to know the purpose of them.
Goodbye!
See you next time, my friends!
Ew, disgusting.
Yeah, that's how snails like it. Ugh, I stepped right into the mud. Excuse me. Finally, the stuff is off my shoes. I don't want to carry the mud around with my bare hoof.
You bite your tongue, young man. My mud is by far the most squishy and sludgy from here to Valahill.
I got an achievement for picking up mud. Isn't that great?
Yeah, that's how This doesn't have to go in the mud.
What does have to go in the mud?
This doesn't have to go in the mud. I guess there's not much left to sell. You have a really wonderful view of the coast here. I can even see the tower behind this strange building.
Wait, hold on. There was something there.
No. I don't think that will do any good.
We have a doorstop.
No one here anymore.
Phew.
We would have almost landed on it too, and then would probably have joined those bony buddies over there. I think the ashes in the wood are already where you need them. You can put things on it. It's all right where it is. There's nothing else to find inside. Ugh, what's that smell in here? Is that... Oh, gross! They had the forest around for that! But unfortunately, there's nothing useful here.
Getting achievements are very weird things this episode.
The inside is full with nondescript junk. There's also this leather collar with bones on it. A leather collar with a bunch of bones on it. Oops, now one of the bones fell out. It's got a hole at the bottom. It's got a hole at the bottom. It could be mounted somewhere.
Well, we're getting a lot of stuff. Now, what do we do with all the stuff is the big question.
What a strange place. I don't think this building was here until recently.
Of all the architectural styles, from all the different animal kingdoms I know, this cannot be assigned to any of them.
How can this be possible? Ever since those machines started roaming around, entire buildings have been appearing as if by magic.
You're gonna warn me to save?
Apparently it was once part of some kind of piping system inside the building, of which there doesn't seem to be much left.
How do you
This
know
part
what a
of the
pipe
is
is?
attached to the wall with tiny screws.
Oh.
Good day. Nice to see you again. The coffee is ready. Please report for duty in Sector 32 and...
Hello?
What was that creature anyway?
I don't have the faintest idea, but it stopped talking.
Phew. Thank goodness. I hate coffee. Ugh.
Identification required to open cell. Requesting voice sample.
La 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 la.
Negative.
I don't sing that bad.
Requesting eye contact.
Don't do it.
Oh.
Negative.
Finn, are you still in one piece?
I always thought chopping onions was torture. The surface is already corroded, but maybe it'll work anyway.
What is that one?
Requesting sample for analysis.
A sample?
Negative.
Full of these strange containers. It's too heavy for me. I can't push it. The end of the stairs is missing, and the only thing waiting for me down there is pure darkness. Locked tight. Nothing happened. Crazy. That's some kind of lantern, but it's able to turn its lights on and off, as if someone is commanding it to.
Strange, isn't it?
The stairs lead to nowhere. Strange.
Okay, so this is a dead end.
What a strange device. It seems you have to put something in the opening. It's about the size of these containers over there.
Oh, it's a battery?
I should take one out first.
Oh, whoops.
Unfortunately, that doesn't do anything here. I wonder if they stored things in it.
Probably. You're gonna get choppied.
By all the stinking mountain goats! What kind of machine is that? Surely it was only designed to rip apart unwelcome visitors.
Finn, don't!
Oh no! Ah!
time for Roebuck Rag Out. So no way past that.
What should I do with the pipe? I guess I can't move it until the screws are removed. It worked! I was able to pull out those screws with the tip of the scissor blade. You should be able to move the pipe now.
Using a pipe, scissors, or screwdrivers. Always, always, always. Always how you do it. It's classic. It's classic.
One of these containers should do it. One of these containers should do it.
Oh, you have one? Okay. Well, not quite, I guess. Maybe I need to move it that way, maybe? Alright, well, guess one more chance. Maybe it goes to that window and knocks out the turbine. I would think you'd have to, like, put something in the container, though. I'm gonna guess that's gonna go into the turbine, but probably not. Oh, nope. I don't know what I'm supposed to do then.
Either the inhabitants of this place are incredibly lazy when it comes to cleaning up, or said inhabitants just haven't gotten around to do that for a long, long time.
I think it's they're lazy. That's what I think. Think we can go back to the coast, maybe? Woohoo! Alright. Do we have enough items for...
That doesn't belong on this old statue. The lever does not need an item to be used. I don't have to tie a rope around that.
So what slots in with the bone? We have this part down.
Ah, I could stretch the rope across this path. Only what do I attach the other end of the rope to? That doesn't belong on this old statue. I'd like to keep this old statue intact instead of chipping away at it. That doesn't belong on this old statue. That doesn't belong on this old statue. That doesn't belong on this old statue. I could stretch a rope here.
too far into his field of vision.
I wonder if I go back out there if it's gonna, like, kill me. The boat's gone.
Stretch a rope here. What a trickster!
I'm not sure how to proceed.
It ate the doll in a flash.
Maybe we should try to keep this creature busy a little longer, so we have enough time to sneak across the bridge.
Probably not enough time. Nope. So somehow I've gotta slow it down a bit.
I'm sure the straw doll would do better in a different place. The rolling pin changes nothing here. I don't want to cut it up.
Find your Elena. There we go. Game volume's pretty low.
From here on, the thorns become too big for cutting them.
There's Jarlina!
Oh. Oh, this is some E621 nonsense.
These thorns seem to be holding her hostage here.
We should be careful. That must have belonged to that traveler before he fell victim to this thorny bush. Poor guy. What a terrible place to bite the dust. These thorny bushes are truly deadly. Here on the ground grows other kinds of thorns. Smaller, but certainly even meaner. Jarek's men. They left Jarlina out here in the cold? Oh boy. I wonder if he knows about this. Darn! Those thorns are of the extra thick sort. I need extra sharp scissors if I'm going to cut through these. This is no way to sharpen scissors properly.
Okay, so I do have to sharpen the scissors.
The wedge would only do pointless damage. A bone doesn't help me here. That won't help her. That won't help her.
Oh.
Ouch! I'll never get over them like this. don't believe it! The thorns here inside the bush are much sturdier. It would only lie useless among the thorns. It would only lie useless among the thorns. It would only lie useless among the thorns. Against these big thorny vines, I'm powerless, even with the best scissors. Those mean thorns would only prick at it. Poor guy. What a terrible place to bite the dust. These thorny bushes are truly deadly.
Let's see. Pick up.
Ugh, I don't want to carry the remains of other animals.
He says as he carries a bone in his pocket.
Hello up there, Mrs. Woodpecker.
Greetings, young travelers.
We'll be on our way.
May you
I'd hate to feed the wooden bucket to the worms. It could be useful. Putting this on the stump won't do me any good. The woodworms won't give a damn pile of sawdust about it. The rolling pin is too useful to feed to the woodworms. Putting this on the stump won't do me any good. Putting this on the stump...
I don't have a machete. I need to find a way to sharpen the scissors.
It won't do any good if you throw it at the armor.
Oh, stay away from my straw dolls and pictures with that. Don't you want them anymore? Are you trying to hurt my feelings?
Oh no, don't worry. I'll keep it.
How wonderful of you. My poor heart almost broke into 1,000 pieces.
Aww. Oh!
This part of the gutter is quite long and bent in an L shape. Oh, even this massive thing fits in my pants.
Dude, too much information.
Yeah, a little bit. That's hilarious. Okay.
I can leave the door alone with this. That doesn't have to go in the crack.
You mean your long pipe doesn't have to go into the crack? Alright, so we have a gutter. Speaking
The
of
wind
putting...
is already pushing much harder than I could.
What in the world just happened? I picked up a gutter. So get your mind out of it. What do I do with the gutter? Anything I can use the gutter with. Where would I use use with the gutter? I mean, obviously the spider going down the water spout's a very, like, classic tale, so my mind is going in that direction, but... maybe I can go back to the... go back to the coast and then use the gutter with the...
You can't do anything with these boring rocks. That doesn't belong on this... I don't have to tie a rope around that. I don't have to tie a rope around that. I don't have to tie a rope around that.
I don't know what to do with the gutter. Like, I'm getting all this stuff, but I don't know what to do with the stuff. Oh! Right. Can add the gutter to the pipe over here?
Doesn't fit the small pipe. I'm sure I can find a better place for the gutter. It actually fits!
Ah, there we go. I feel so smart. I didn't need no damn guide. Push the button.
Appears to be a rope that probably once had a use on this building. It seems to be made of a completely different material than any other rope I've ever seen. It's much more thicker and harder. Who knows what it was once used for, when the rest of this strange building still existed? Definitely very tear-resistant. It must have led to another part of the building at one time, of which there now seems to be nothing left. I don't have to tie a rope around that. I don't have to tie a rope around that.
We're doing well, Ramir. We put a gutter in a thing and we got that. Before we do anything with that.
Something tells me I better use the steel rope for another purpose.
Alright. So we were able to...
I don't have to tie a rope around that. I think I'm gonna need that item. It's no good to me in the water.
How do we sharpen the scissors?
Ah, I could stretch the rope across this path. Only what do I attach the other end of the rope to? The lever does not need an item to be used. stung! The statue is far too wide and bulky to tie the rope around it. I need something more narrow. That doesn't belong on this old statue.
Part of the screen is off. Oh. Well, yeah, guys, come on. Like, man, I am really, I'm really screwing things up tonight, aren't I? Like, I had the volume issue. I had, like, It's been like that the whole time, though, because I didn't really change the settings on this. Like, everyone has pointed out one thing that's wrong. So what do I attach the other side to? So I've got to somehow deal with this thing so that there's another side of this thing to attach to. Find a way to sharpen the scissors.
That huge...
What a trickster! I'd rather not. The ones who desecrate these statues might catch a horrifying curse.
Unfortunately, I have no use for a rope. Ugh, I heard you have those things everywhere in your body. Doesn't that feel totally weird? Oh, hey, I sold my slime and similar brooklets until recently. Hey, what are you doing with my doorstop? Well, you have the face of someone who seems to know what he's doing, so keep it. You could probably use it more than I can here, although I have no clue why that would be useful to you. I wouldn't even know how to hold something like that. Fan gave you that. Oh, I admire him for his skills and dexterity. Unfortunately, I'll have to get creative another way. For reasons I'm sure you can see. Perhaps one day, I'll create sculptures from vast quantities of dried snail slime. But for now, it would be wiser to take care of this crazy situation here. Stones are wonderful to slide around on. Ooh, especially if they're wet.
Aha! There was a hint in the dialogue. So what do I do with the mud?
This doesn't have to go in the mud. This doesn't have to go in the mud.
Slippery slime.
There's no answer. That doesn't have to go in the crack. That doesn't have to go in the crack.
This is where I got the scissors from.
It would only lie useless among the thorns. That won't help her. Against these big thorny... Darn! Those thorns are of the extra thick sort. I need extra sharp scissors if I'm going to cut through these. I could lasso the rope and bring the water bottle over here, but in between those smaller thorns, the rope might get tangled. It would only lie useless among the thorns. I don't have to tie a rope around that.
I think I'm running out of ideas. Yeah, it does. The dialogue definitely stops short of hand holding, but I was like, oh, I put my slime in a bucket like that before, and it's like, oh, okay, so I can use the bucket with the mud. I don't know. Maybe I ask the scissors with her.
With those, you'd certainly be a fearsome match for those thorns.
Okay. So, probably can tell me a bunch of useful information about how to use the items.
What huge household items you ground creatures have. That rolling pin would easily take up half my living room. Oh, your rope is at least as old and worn out as I am. How tasteless. I see some woodworms have gotten pretty busy with that bucket.
I'd hate to feed the wooden bucket to the worms. It could be useful.
You have quite a sharp wedge there.
Can I use that with the frickin' thing?
That won't help her.
No.
The tree stump is... Aw, I can't catch them! They're way too fast! Aw. I'd hate... It could be... Putting this on the stump won't do me any good.
Oh, it looks like a snake made of steel.
How do you know what steel is?
It's funny. That's from Sven, right? A bit of a strange fellow at times. But I like how he goes his own way in life.
Okay. I should go to Sven and see if I can... Like if he's got some information on... Oh, I said... Yeah, I already did
This
that.
is no way to...
Be careful with that. An interesting compilation of wooden boards. What are the holes in them supposed to convey?
This is exactly the question the viewer of this work is supposed to ponder.
Oh, I see. The deep emotional holes in the lives of us all.
Frickin' nerd.
I've had nothing to do with the works of this kind. Ugh, that's barbaric.
Yeah, it's based off of those type of,
What is this strange rope? It looks like this rope is covered with tiny armor plates. An art project of yours? An old family heirloom. I'm not too fond of baking, though. Do with it what you want. I don't really need it at the moment. Keep it.
Sven would certainly have a problem with that. Fancy iron boots! The armor seems to have been made for a wild boar.
This is the armor of Gulliver Grunt, a notorious enemy of my great-grandfather. After Gulliver was defeated in combat, our family received the armor as a trophy. Please don't touch it. It is my lucky charm.
If you're in Sven's house, you shouldn't throw stones, especially not at his property. Sven would certainly have a problem with that. It won't do any good if you throw it at the armor.
like I probably need the boots to move forward into the...
I can leave the door alone with this. I can leave the door alone with this.
You two again?
I can't get past the spider with this. I can't get past the spider with this. That spider can get nasty.
We gotta get rid of that pesky spider somehow.
It has to be possible to solve this without stoning somebody. It has to be possible. It might prove exceedingly difficult to tie up an animal with 8 quick legs. I can't get past this. It has to be possible to solve. It has to be possible to solve this without spilling blood. I can't get past this. I can't get past. The vein does not need another item. The vein does not.
I think I'm a little stuck. I have no idea. Like, 7:15, so I should probably take a look. I don't think I've made any real progress. So I guess how do I... Okay, so I need a ground stone, I guess. Where do I get the ground stone? Oh yeah, that's just weird. I would know. Like, yeah, some of this stuff is weird and convoluted. Okay.
Oops!
Oh no, vandalism.
It's stuck in the stone. However, I don't think I need a musty old stick.
Careful with the door, please. Hey, stop that.
Mean old deer. Such a jerk.
Are you crazy? The beautiful armor! Oh, you have completely destroyed it!
I'm sorry.
Although, actually, it was quite ugly. And a dust catcher to boot. Finally, I have a reason to throw it away. Leave it there, I'll just sweep it away later.
Then there was you get the worms from that using the old sign.
Who's up for dessert? Gotcha!
Okay, so we got woodworms. I think we can use the iron boots with the...
Let's see if this works.
Yeah.
Poor guy. What a terrible place to fight the dust. These thorny bushes are truly deadly. There seems to be quite a bit of liquid sloshing around in there. A particularly clear water. I'll take these boots off first.
Okay. So we got the flask, we got that. Anything else I could think of that we have access to?
The wedge would only do pointless damage. The wedge would only do pointless damage.
So there's a way to make the stone into something they can use with the scissors, but I'm not quite... getting there. How was I supposed to know to do that? I don't go about my normal day life going, I can get a...
Here, the round stone is useless. The bone is far too thin and short to fit into the hole in the stone. I need something else. Now the rolling pin has some kind of lever. The rolling pin fits perfectly into the center hole of the stone. Here, the round stone is useless. The lever does not need an item to be used.
Oh wait, yes, I know what I have to do. Now it's somewhat making sense. It's weird, but you know. It's convoluted, it's weird, but I guess it works. Yep, okay.
It almost looks like a grindstone. Here we go.
This is like true MacGyver skills right here.
That's enough, I think.
Okay, so now we got sharp scissors. We use the wedge. So we can get the lady.
Now she's free. I've got an idea where I'm taking her.
She's waking up!
So they made sure you had to get scissors down here first.
We freed you from the thorns.
I'm still alive?
You really didn't look too good. What did those guys do to you out there?
They kept me hostage outside the camp. I tried to flee, and they gave me a pretty bad beating for that. Eventually, I was able to get away from them. I ran inside those thorn bushes to hide there. But I guess that was somewhat of a bad idea. How can I ever thank you?
No worries. You more or less saved our lives during our captivity. I'm Finn, by the way. We've seen each other before, but we haven't had the honor of introducing ourselves, have we?
Thank you so much, Finn. But now is not the time for small talk. Did my father open the portal?
He did! And he ventured into it along with his henchmen!
Oh no. This is bad. Listen to me. We have to work together. Everything here revolves around an ancient, magical scepter. My father longs for the power of that scepter, but he is about to make a huge mistake. Those machines, those strange places, it's all connected to that scepter. And my father will only make the situation worse, because... my head, everything is spinning.
Hang on, Jarlina. We'll help you.
It must have been those toxic thorns.
Let's get that healer here.
Who needs a spider?
That was impressive.
Oh no, even more vandalism.
Even I'm too big to crawl through. That doesn't have to go in the crack.
So what do we put out there?
That doesn't have to go in the crack. That...
What has to go in the crack? Tell me! Well, it's not the horse's house. This is the doctor's office. The horse is just like, yeah, man, we're good. So we have straw that I haven't gotten. We have flintstone that I haven't gotten. Candled wax. Use the flintstone with the fire. Oh, I need the flintstone to make that. Get a rolling pin. Get the flask. The gutter. Get the snail slime. I think at this point, I think it might be a good time to stop. I might, like, go a little further, but I think that recovering the lady was a good kind of stopping point. Because there is a... see, river, coast. No, you wanted to go to the, because we can apparently use the frickin' doorstop on some other thing out here, which is weird.
I'd rather not. The what? I'd rather not. I'd rather not. I'd rather.
Yeah, that's weird.
Ha! I got a piece.
Yeah, like how the hell am I supposed to know to do that? Like, I guess if I looked at it enough, I might have found it. So we need fire to make the wax waxy.
I need something flammable.
Oh, right. So you need straw to do that. No one would have figured that out. That's just mean. I don't know. Like if you stare at the problem with is the modern era. I think, and the reason that these kind of games sort of died out is that like when you're young, you have at least like you feel like you have all the time in the world, and ironically, you kind of learn more patience a little bit, especially with me with these kind of older games. Like you'll kindly try different things, especially when they were text-based, where you had to actually write a sentence to get it to figure it out. And even if you didn't succeed on it, you still had fun doing it. Like you had fun trying different words and stuff like that. Okay, now we can use the flintstone.
Ha! Perfect.
I could make a fire better than the other person. Yeah. Now we're gonna use the wandle.
It's melted, but the wax is still liquid.
Okay. Anything else I can think about with this? Get straw, get iron boots, get scissors, get flintstone, get stone discs, get rolling pin, get the round stone. flax with mud. Unfortunately, it doesn't make for good streaming though. Like this, like when it comes to like adventure games, like I don't think adventure games make for good streaming. But if you like enjoy like going on an adventure and looking for things like on your own, like it's very much a thing to do. So what was I doing? We needed to go to the settlement and get the slime from the lady with the flask.
Is this one of your special waters by any chance?
I can't believe it. Yes. Yes, indeed. As a reward, I will produce some of my world-class snail slime for you. Give me a sec.
Oh man, come on.
Here you go. Super duper extra sticky. Just for you.
Thank you.
I think. So at this point, we're trying to get to apparently you can use the wax on the button.
Now that doesn't work with these buttons. I guess I'll have to use them by hoof.
Identification required to open cell.
Now that doesn't work with the...
Get the scissors, get the flintstone, get the thing, get the melted, get the rolling pin, get the ground stone, get the flask, get the gutter, we did that, get the nail slime, get the bucket with the mud, go to the village square, leave the settlement, go to the strange building, pick up the southmost slab, Finn flips it, use the candle with the flint. Pick up the southmost slab? Oh.
It's starting to cool down. It's cooling in the imprint and takes on its shape. Creepy.
I was supposed to know there's a foot thing under the frickin' slab. That is weird. I knew, I remember Final Fantasy X-2 having like a major, like, you need to have a guide in order to really do it well.
Now that doesn't work with these buttons.
Identification.
The surface is already corroding, but maybe it'll work anyway.
Requesting sample for analysis.
Give me your foot.
Positive. Opening up cell initiated.
To be honest, I have a really bad feeling about this.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same. Not gonna lie. What? What is that?
Did it move? Hello? What was that?
Hey, how rude! He didn't even say hello!
The lack of manners should be the least of our problems, because I see something much more disturbing.
Last poor Yorick. Bonjour. Bonjour. Ah, you're funny.
So it wasn't just a suit that was stored here. I can't assign this creature to any animal species I know. It seems like it was hibernating in there, but never woke up again. Or maybe the creature was trying to hide from something in there. I can't assign this, seems like it never, or maybe... I'd hate to carry that... The clothing of this creature is still inside. There's something in the breast pocket. There are several pictures of medicinal herbs on the packaging. According to this, it's a painkiller.
Maybe we can use the painkiller on the wolf lady?
That won't help her.
Why? She's in pain, can't you see? Okay, I was supposed to do that. Okay, that's a little weird too. I wouldn't have really thought to do that. Just so you know, this run is completely ruined by me glancing at a guide now. I got okay distance without... Creepy.
Downright menacing. Here's hoping that the owls who posed as models for these statues weren't replicated on a one-to-one scale. You can clearly see that the wolves were here earlier. They must have been the first who found this button again after all these centuries. The wolves must have uncovered this button.
Owl glare.
This tower is activated.
So the spider's gonna let me pass because I have a person who's injured, maybe?
You two again?
Well, we...
Do you have an appointment?
We're off again. I can't get past the spider. I can't get back. It has to be possible to solve this without stoning somebody. This doesn't need a funny print. Rocks would only destroy these imitations.
Like the getting her in front of the building is kind of a. It's kind of a hint, right? Must be they get rid of the spider a lot earlier. Oh. Okay. That's clever. I didn't think about it. I don't have to lure the spider to the front of the thing. It's that, we just bring the wind to... We just bring the wind through the house.
Gee! Ugh, that's some wind. It's a strong draught, and it's going out through the hole on the other side. Quite a maelstrom. There she flies away.
Haha.
Hello?
All right, I'm coming. Forgive my absence. I had to take care of some quite injured people in there. Let me tell you, by the hairy nostrils of my grandmother, I really have my hooves full since those machines appeared here.
Well, we thought maybe you could help us.
I will, if I can. By the way, I hope my overzealous assistant didn't cause you any trouble.
Just
Oh, she
a little.
died.
She is new around here.
Oh, she's dead.
It always takes a while for spiders to adapt to our ways. Never mind. Off to the exam room. What on earth have you done to my cabinet?
How do you know it was me?
Whatever. There are more important things to do. And please, close that darn window. Thanks. I see you've already brought me a new patient. I will take care of her immediately. How else can the old healer Stenek help you? Amputations, nose hair extensions, a noble laxative made from only the best local herbs.
Well, long story short, we're trying to stop the wolves. They've opened the portal in the ancient site of the Owls.
I heard about that. They are looking for something there.
We're on the trail of something ancient and powerful that may decide the fate of our world.
I don't know if I can be of much help to you, but feel free to talk to me if you want to know something more specific. I'll take care of your friend for now. Wolf, you cultivate unusual friendships.
We need her help. She and her knowledge could be the key to ending this machine madness.
I can try a bandage and a healing herbal ointment. Aside from the beating she received from her fellow wolves, the toxic
How do you know it was her
Thorntrix
fellow
got her
wolves?
pretty badly. My herbal ointment will be able to alleviate some of the symptoms, like dizziness, but still, you would need something stronger to also numb the pain. Unfortunately, I don't have the funds for that at the moment.
Maybe we can find something else that might help.
I just wouldn't know what.
How about painkillers? You know, opioids.
This will help her.
Ooh, that feels better. The pain, it's gone.
Nevertheless, sit for a while and rest a bit. Physically, you are still in a very unstable state.
And I guess I'll finally have a chance to fill my two friends here in on everything.
You were telling us about how your father is making a big mistake.
And something about that scepter.
Listen to me. I'll start from the beginning. Because more or less, I'm the one to blame for everything here. Nothing is as we believe it is, Finn. When I was a kid, I used to sneak around the old storage room at our headquarters. A place of many mysteries and innumerable quantities of captured goods that had been piled up there for centuries. My father, however, was not supposed to find out about me sneaking around there. I crept around the old boxes and opened up some here and there. The things in them were old and broken, so they didn't pique my interest. Except for this one box, further back in the dark. I seemed to be the first to ever open it. It was full of old documents, and what I saw in them seemed inexplicable to me. Thanks to my mother's teachings of the old languages, I was able to decipher the text somewhat. The documents told of some kind of story about events from over 1,000 years ago. They told of another world in which our ancestors used to live, but were under constant threat from another strange, alien species. Throughout the years, this species claimed more and more territory for itself, and our ancestors got pushed back further and further. Our ancestors would have slowly went extinct if it wasn't for one owl.
Who dropped a nuke bomb on him, right?
She was the most powerful mage us animals had seen up to that time. She was able to cast a mighty spell. A spell that was desperately needed to save the animals from certain doom. She did all this with the help of her equally powerful scepter. And do you know what she created? Our world. Or rather,
it's a parallel
copy
world.
of the world in which the animals were living in up till that time. A mirror version that exists to this day, separate from time and space.
So we're
Completely
leaking.
kept alive by the magical power of the scepter. Here, we were supposed to be safe, or so our ancestors had hoped. Have you ever wondered why something like an infinite wall of fog borders our world? As I said, the power of the scepter has its limits. It was unable to create a complete copy of the original world, but instead, only a small part.
Wow, this is really intense stuff. I presume this mighty scepter still exists?
It does, yes. In a hidden place that the owls have chosen here on this island. Behind this portal.
So the scepter must give the wielder tremendous power over our world, right?
Like any spell, however, it only has limited power. The day would come when the scepter's energy would slowly wane, which would result in the stability of our world slowly diminishing. Bit by bit, our lands and nature would slowly dissolve and make way for the original world from which the copy we know was created.
Wait, so it has already begun? And all these machines and strange places?
Are nothing more than the first glimpses into the old world, which assimilates into our slowly disintegrating world. At the moment, our world resembles a slice of Swiss cheese, with parts of the old world peeking through every new hole that appears.
Sounds pretty gross.
The machine creatures also seem to travel into our world
Put a
through
pin
these
in that.
holes. And as far as I have witnessed, they have been bringing all the animals they have caught here back into the old world.
So my family's there too.
It won't be long until everything we know will have dissolved, and we find ourselves transported back to the world of our ancestors. Or in what has remained of it during our 1,000-year-long absence.
That's terrible! Can't this be averted somehow?
The ancient documents say that you must take the scepter and reactivate its magic power. Only then can everything be reverted.
By the way, how did your father find out about all this?
The day these machine creatures appeared, I remembered what I read in the old documents when I was little. I went down into the storage room for the first time in years, where I hoped to find solutions to the problem. This turned out to be a mistake.
Jarlina, what are you doing? Didn't I forbid you? Wait, what are these documents?
Nothing, Father.
Show me.
It's just,
Immediately!
My father learned all about the scepter, and from that point on, he was obsessed with it.
Then we should find that scepter as soon as possible, and reactivate its magic before your father does, and possibly does something stupid with it.
Well, have you been able to open the portal yet?
No, we're still on it.
You have to hurry up. I'd help you in a heartbeat, but...
Get some rest. We'll take care of it.
I'm counting on you, my friends. As soon as the portal opens, I will be with you. From this point on, nothing must go wrong. Otherwise, all will be lost.
I can hardly believe all this. What an absolutely insane story. You really need to tell me more about this.
Okay, I think we're gonna stop there for tonight. When I said put a pin in that, we're gonna see signs of the old world. It's like Swiss cheese. Dear wolf lady, how do you know what Swiss cheese is? Clearly, we are evolving the old world into our mind because we're naming places that don't exist in this world. Anyways, that's just silliness. Alright, so... It's cold in here, even with the window closed. But anyways, yes, I think we're going to stop here for tonight. And I think there's still a chapter 4 after this chapter, so... Because, well, at least glancing at the guide, that's how long it is. And I think we have, like, one more episode in this, so... And it is a good place to stop because of all the story and, like, things like that got revealed, so... We're gonna play this one again next week. And we'll see you guys then. Thank you very much for watching tonight, and thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you again next week. Have a good one.